Hello, Tanya. Can you hear me?
Yes, so I can.
Okay. Did you have time to read through the chapter that you missed the other day?
So I was present the other class.
Right from the beginning.
So I was 10 minutes late, but I read it, yes.
Acha, okay. That's what I asked you to do. So you sort of read whatever we had done earlier. Okay. Can you
Yes,
tell
sir.
me in short, as brief as possible, what we have
Okay,
read
sir.
so far? You can see on the screen we have read up to this point. Okay. Or should I ask you
Yes, sir.
short questions?
So you can ask me questions.
Okay, I think that will be okay, cool with you, right? So,
Yes,
uh,
sir.
welcome, Parinita. Unmute yourself, please. Keep your mic on so that.
Good
Hi
evening,
there,
sir.
Sonpuri. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Shabash, bete. I'm going to throw some short questions to you. If you have the book here, if you have the book, open it, or you can watch the screen and pick up your answers. My only request is avoid using sentences from your text. Okay? If you have a sentence, I want
Yes.
you to create your own sentences and give me the answer. The ideas, I want you to present the ideas in your own way. Don't copy from the book. Am I clear so far? Right.
Yes, sir.
So my first question, either one of you can give me the answer. Okay, we'll go first. Tanya, you answer, then Parinita can answer the next question. Okay. Uh, Look at the first paragraph, right? In short, in not more than 2 or 3 sentences, tell me what is the main theme of this first paragraph. You can give me
So
even
says
in
yes, sir.
you
So
can
it's
give me.
basically the introduction of the vagabond.
That's too vague.
Yes, sir. And in the introduction, it is mentioned that he sells rat traps
Hmm,
and he's poor and lonely.
exactly, something like this. So in the first paragraph, we learned about this vagabond who is lonely, poor, and what else?
So he sells rat traps by begging
Hmm, by
and
begging.
thievery.
Sorry, not by begging.
So not by begging in the sense
Hmm.
like he begs and then take the money and then builds the rat trap. Yes, that's what
No, you got the wrong idea. Can you rephrase again?
So the material he got by begging,
Okay,
he makes the
okay,
rat trap and then he sells it.
okay. And another important thing we learned, he could not make enough money to feed himself or clothe himself. Correct?
Yes, so
Any other thing you can take out from this paragraph? So briefly, if I ask you, okay, I think you've given me the answer. Okay. Now you have a phrase. Parinta, would you like to answer this? Cheeks were sunken. What could be the opposite of this? A phrase giving us the opposite imagery created by these phrases. Opposite. Anyone? Anyone? Come on. I want you to give me a phrase.
Cheeks were chubby.
Thank you so much. Excellent. He had chubby cheeks. Yes. Exactly. And another similar phrase. Hunger gleamed in his eyes. Okay. Can you give me a phrase which conveys the opposite of what is expressed in this phrase? Come on. Yes. Anyone? Ananya, Parinita, Tanya. Yes, Tanya.
So maybe his
Hmm.
eyes shone with fulfillment.
Yes, why not? Very good. Exactly. Shown, again, you have used the word gleam. Okay, doesn't matter. A synonym. Excellent. Wonderful. Ananya, are you following us? Now, what motivated or what, how did he think about this world as a rat trap? What chain of thoughts brought him to the conclusion? 2 marks, okay, 30, 40 words. What made him arrive at the conclusion that the world was a rat trap? This time I'll prepare you for both MCQ as well as short answer questions and long answer questions, okay, beta, because both could come. So we have to be prepared for both. Yes, beta. Anyone? If you write, you can write it down and share it with me. Okay, I'll give you a set of questions, okay, from what we've read, and you answer in 30, 40 words in your copy and send me, click a photograph and send it to me. Can you do that for me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. So I'll give you and I just want short answers, okay? Here. Now, can somebody, look at this phrase. What do you think could be a phrase which expresses the opposite of what this phrase says? First, what is the meaning of plod? If you know the meaning of plod, then you can give me the opposite. Here the meaning is. Anyone? Or should I give you the phrase? Should I write it for you before you answer, or can you answer before I give you the answer? Welcome.
So I want to try.
Yeah, please go ahead. That is the whole idea, bete. You
So,
should try.
yeah, maybe it's a ran with enthusiasm.
Okay. Look at this sentence. Any other try? Second option.
They walked with pride. Oh, this.
Look at this. Yes, bete. He walked with the spring in his steps. समझ में आया? Tanya? Vidhi, she's
Yes.
here, okay. समझ में आया बेटे?
Yes, sir.
Plods along the road, इसका opposite हो जाएगा, a spring in his steps. Don't say springy steps, that would be wrong. Am I clear? I think everybody's joined. Mr. Harsh is joined. Vidhi is here. Kainat is here. The other fellow is just joining in. What's his name? Sunny. Some Sunny chap is joining in. He just asked me where to. Okay, shall we go ahead then? Since all of us are here. Okay, we'll go ahead. I'll give you some short questions, 2 marks each, 30, 40 word answers. I'll not give you much. It will not take you more than half an hour. You can do it immediately after the class also, or take your time. Just read before you answer my questions, okay? Now, let's come to this paragraph. We were here. We start the paragraph from here. So let me briefly, can somebody very briefly tell me what we have read so far? I mean, we leave the first paragraph, the second, third, and fourth paragraph. Up to this point, beat. Another question, a nice question would be, what views does the tram hold about the world? Okay. So in short, can somebody tell me, or should I say, or let me revise or recap? What the tramp believes is, because he could not attain happiness, comfort, riches, joy, shelter, and food, he thought these were nothing else but temptations. And once you are tempted, you cannot come out of this situation or this temptations. This, hence, he calls the world a massive or a huge rat trap, where people get tempted by riches, by shelter, by joys, by comforts of life, because he did not have any of them. And hence, you can give the example here of the grapes are sour, that story about the frogs and the grapes. A very nice example here. And he took pleasure in that, because he some sort of happiness he got by just imagining this. And why? Because he did not have happiness otherwise. So the only thing, or only venue or path he found to being happy was thinking that the others who had all these things were just mice trapped by their wants and desires. Shall we go on from here? Can somebody read from here, One Dark Evening? Anyone? Please read. Hello? Ananya? Kainat? Anyone? Vidhi? Anyone? Please read. Please read. Let's not waste time. Can you see
One
my...
dark evening.
Yeah, please. Yes, Ananya, please.
One dark evening, as he was cruising along the road, he caught sight of a little grey cottage by the roadside, and he knocked on the door to ask shelter for the night. Nor was he refused. Instead of the sour faces which ordinarily met him,
Met him.
the owner met him, the owner, who was an old man without wife or child, was happy to get someone to talk to in his loneliness.
Wonderful. Well read.
Immediately, immediately he put the porridge put pot on the fire and gave him supper. Then he scraped off such a big slice from his tobacco roll that it was enough both for the stranger's sight and his own. Finally, he got out an old pack of cards and played the pronunciation of that.
I think it is Jollis. Some sort of a card game.
Jollis,
Yeah.
Jollis with his guest until bedtime.
Excellent. So, any word you'd like to ask, any meaning of any word? For example, Ananya, this word is trudging. G, trudging. Okay. And okay, any other word like to ask me? Word meaning? See, again, trudge is a synonym for plod. We've already come across one word, plod, and trudge. They're both synonyms of each other. Am I clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anything else you'd like to ask me? Nothing else you'd like to ask me? Okay. I have just one question for any of you. What do we learn from this paragraph? In short, as briefly as possible.
So what's the meaning of mayonnaise?
Meaning of?
Mayonnaise.
Where is that?
Last line.
And the last line,
MJOLL.
oh, it's a card game. I think it's Jollis or Mjollis, I don't know, because it's basically Swedish. But they have a lot of j sounds. And this O is pronounced as her rather, ho. Okay, so it's most probably it's jolly. It's a type of a card game. Because what is the hint that gives us? This is what tells us this is a card game. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Are you with me, bete? Shabash. Okay. Who can tell me in brief what we learn in this paragraph? What is the one thing that stands out in this paragraph, which the writer has, not stressed, but rather brought it up in this paragraph? One important thing, very important.
He has someone to talk to.
Okay, okay, excellent. Yes. Any other thing?
The hospitality of the old man.
Yes. But the answer has to be slightly changed. Okay. See, look at this sentence. Just read this sentence for me, Tanya. Anyone? The one I've highlighted just now.
Instead of the sour face which ordinarily met him.
Tanya, again, instead, not instead. Okay. Instead of the sour faces which ordinarily met him. What does that mean? What does this mean? कोटक से पेमेंट करते ना कोटक से ये no sorry no just 1 second please, just 1 second. Okay, yes bete, sorry, I'm so sorry. So what does this mean actually? Yes, Ananya?
Rather being seeing, the owner was not charged, matlab his face was not charged seeing the man. He was
Exactly.
rather preferring it as a good thing that he would be able to share his night with someone.
In other words, can we put this in some other way? Let me give you a hint. Look at this, just one sentence. So, in other words, the peddler was never welcomed anywhere he went. Am I clear? Welcome, Sunny.
Yes,
Just
sir.
follow. Am I clear, bete? See, this is
Yes,
in your own words. He says, instead of the sour faces which ordinarily met him, ordinary means that was an everyday affair. Wherever he went, he did not face anybody who welcomed him. Rather, they made, sour. You know what is sour? Means very strict or what do you call, sort of a face which does not want you to come in. That sort of a face. So this was unique for him. This was for the first time that someone welcomed him. That is the most important point in this whole paragraph. What's the second important thing? Anyone? Come on, anyone. What is the second important thing?
the he got the food for the night.
थोड़ा सा language change करो. Shared. Look at the word shared. Nobody shared food with him anywhere, anytime. But here, this old man shared his food. Or जैसे hospitality का आपने word इस्तेमाल करा था. That is a very good word used here. Okay. They had supper together. And look at this word. The old man even shared his tobacco for the pipe, shared a pipe, and played even cards. So, in short, This is a very unique experience for the peddler or tramp. What is the unique experience? He was welcomed. He was provided, or he even shared, the cottage owner shared food with him, gave him a full meal, which he generally did not have, shared even a smoke with him, a cigar, and then even played cards with him. Now, why do you think the old man did this?
Because he was happy to get the company.
Yes, and yes. Thank you so much. Or he was trying to get over his loneliness. Yes, excellent, Tanya. Wonderful. Let's go. And who's going to read the second paragraph? This paragraph for me. Anyone else? Ananya has just read. She's very bold sometimes. Excellent. Come on, someone. Kainat, Sunny, would you like to read? Vidhi, anyone?
Sir, from tomorrow I will read.
Okay. You can read from tomorrow, no issue. Vidhi, Harsh, come on. क्या हुआ? Background sound. Vidhi has got a lot of background sound. Okay. Mr. Harsh? Parinita? Sonpari, come on, you.
The old man was just as generous with his confidences as with his porridge and tobacco. The guest was
Excellent.
informed at once that in his days of prosperity, his host had been a crofter
Crofter, yes.
at
Ramjos?
Ramjo
Uh-huh.
at Ramsjo Ironworks and had worked on the land. Now that he was no longer able to do day labor, it was his cow which supported him.
Hmm.
Yes, that bossy was extraordinary. She could give milk for the creamery every day, and last month he had received all the 30 kroner in
In?
payment.
Excellent. Any word that you'd like to ask, please?
So kroner.
Krona is the currency of Sweden, bete. Okay?
So Crofter,
Crofter is a person who works in an iron mill. Okay, next one maybe to the forge or something. Right. Any other word meaning? Creamery. What's a creamery? What's a creamery? Anyone?
Dairy product,
Yes, bete.
milk,
Excellent.
cheese.
Yes, bete. Yes. A dairy. A person who sells dairy products. Yes. Like we go to a dairy to buy butter, etc., etc. Okay, that sort of thing. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Who's going to tell me the gist of this paragraph? This whole paragraph. See, this whole paragraph, in one sentence, I want the answer if you can give me. This whole paragraph is explaining just one thing. Can you tell me what that is? And the answer is in the first sentence. Yes, anyone?
so the old man was an extrovert who liked sharing.
No, but he did not, he was not exactly an extrovert. It was the demand of the times or the situation that made him do this. Okay, Tanya? He was not
Yes,
happy.
sir.
We don't know. It's not clear whether he was like this. But the present story says that he was lonely, he had no wife, he was retired, hence, and he did not have much company, or rather no company at all. Hence, he welcomed this man. And he did not see if he was a tramp or a vagabond, but just spoke to him because, and treated him, rather, he treated him like a human being. That's most important. Okay. And here, see, look at this first sentence. This whole paragraph is about the old man being generous with his confidences. This whole paragraph. So, okay. And what is the meaning of confidences? Personal information. In other words, apart from feeding him and giving him something to smoke, giving him shelter for the night, he shared his personal information with this vagabond. Next question. What is that personal information he shared? This is easy. Come on, quickly. Where's Vidhi? She's very quiet today. Yes, anyone?
That he was a crofter at Ramshaw.
Yes, yes. He had been. He's retired now, so he had been. Okay. Yes, Bete, please continue. Okay, I'll give you the last sentence. You fill in the details. He even shared the money that he had made. Now, can you fill in the blanks in between? Just fill it in. Come on. Yes, Vidhi. Mr. Harsh. Fill in the blank information. Sunny. What else? Come on, guys.
So can you repeat once again?
My question is, she said, Kaina just said, he has retired from Ramjos Iron Works. I added a last sentence. Okay, I said he shared that he had earned 30 kronas that particular day. Now fill in the blanks. Fill in the whatever comes in between these two sentences. Please fill it in. That's what I.
Now he provided milk for the creamery.
Yes,
He had a cow to support
exactly.
him.
Yes, thank you so much. How did the cow support him? By taking him on a ride every day? Come on, tell me.
By providing the milk for creamery.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes, Vidhi, thank you very much. Yes, Vidhi. थोड़ा अलग बैठ जाओ ना Vidhi. Background sound से हट जाओ. Okay, that's it. Okay, so who's going to put this together? He shared his he shared his confidence. He told him that he had retired from Ramjos. He had a piece of land. That means he was partly into farming also, and had worked on land. That is, done farming also. And he had a cow which provided him milk, which he sold and supported himself. So far, he even informed this stranger that he had earned 30 krona that particular day. Let's go again. Who's going to read the next paragraph? Yes, please. Who's going to read the next paragraph?
The stranger must have seemed incredulous.
Yes.
For the old man got up and went to the window, took down a leather pouch which hung on a nail in the very window frame, and picked out 3 wrinkled 10 kroner bills. This he held up before the eyes of his guest, nodding knowingly, and
Yes. Actually, you want me to turn?
then
Okay.
stuffed them back. Then stuffed them back into the pouch.
Is that all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any word? Any word you'd like to ask me? Thank you very much, Parinita. You have read well. You read really well. Okay. Now this takes the cake. This takes the cake. Can you tell me what is even more strange than this?
So, what is the meaning of incredulous?
Disbelief. लिख लो साइड में बेटे, disbelief. Okay, I'll give you some synonyms. Just you can write the synonyms down if you want. Write them down, please. Incredulous, it is an adjective. Meaning, please write down, it's an adjective. Meaning, doubtful. Hesitant. You can write these two words down. Okay. Doubtful. That's would be a nice word here if I write this word down. Okay, doubtful. Disbelieving. I think pretty good words, two words here. We can search for it. Okay. Now, what is the okay? What is the strange thing that we read in this paragraph? Something that you and I would never do if we were talking with a stranger.
He took out all the three notes and in front of the stranger
Exactly.
from the
Yes.
pouch
Yes. And
put it back in that same pouch there.
and yes. And one thing more that is not written here exactly, but and stuffed them back into the pouch. So, in other words, the old man has exposed the amount of money and even shown the stranger the place where he has kept the money. That is unbelievable. Got me?
Yes.
Yes.
That is unbelievable. Please follow the words. See how I change the vocabulary and the words. Okay. So I think my the time is getting over. Suddenly वो break up हो जाएगा. But before I do that, I'll thank you so much for coming today. Do you want a class tomorrow?
So we have still 10 minutes. This class is for 45 minutes.
I know, no, 40 minutes, but I think I have just 2 or 3 minutes left. Okay, नहीं तो suddenly
No,
break.
sir. 8 minutes. 8 minutes.
In my thing, it is telling, he's already giving me a warning. Acha. Okay, we'll continue then. I will stretch it. But remember, first, before we do that, do you want a class tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
I'm okay with that. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. We'll continue tomorrow. If this breaks in between, don't worry. We'll continue tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Okay, now, let's go to the next lesson. So, what is incredulous or unbelievable here? Something which I or you would never do. I don't think I would do that. Discuss my source of income, discuss my amount of income, share food, etc. with the person. I wouldn't mind sharing food, but my income and the money where I keep it, I don't think I would tell anyone. That was unbelievable in this particular case. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Who's going to read? Parinita has read. Can you read the next day? Let's go through this paragraph and quickly. Somebody like to read it, or like to read it on your own? Somebody read it. I think it'll keep us all occupied. Anyone? Yes, Tanya,
So
please
I'll
read.
read it.
Yeah, please go ahead.
The
Please go ahead.
next day, both men got up in good season. The crofter was in a hurry to milk his cow, and the other man probably thought he should not stay in bed when the head of the house has gotten up. They left the cottage at the same time. The crofter locked the door and put the keys in his pocket. The man with the rat traps said goodbye and thank you, and then upon each went his own way.
अच्छा बेटे, तुमने फिर गड़बड़ करी. Probably. फिर से बोलना.
Probably.
Bubbly. Remember bubbly. Probably. Probably. बोलना जरा.
Probably.
फिर वही probably बोल रही है. Pro. Or. Like in औरत. Or. Can you give me that sound? Bubbly.
Bubbly. Probably.
अब साथ में बोलो probably.
Probably.
Excellent. Wonderful. सब भूल जाती हो यार. Probably तो Bengali कहते हैं सब. Sorry if you're a Bengali. It's a typical Bengali pronunciation. Anyway, so in this paragraph, In short, what happens? In short, who will tell me?
It's about the next day. They woke up and they left the house. They
Okay.
left the cottage in a hurry. As the owner left, though
Okay. Excellent.
the man thought to not to sleep in the bed where the owner is not there.
Excellent. But Ananya, nowhere has it been previously mentioned that the old man had allowed the tramp to stay overnight. But this paragraph tells us so. Ananya, समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
Nowhere is mentioned. Khana, pina, sab, everything the writer has told us, but the writer did not tell us that he allowed the tramp to stay overnight. Or rather, the old man, it's not mentioned, the old man had given shelter for the night to the tramp. Kahin nahi mentioned hai. But if we read this paragraph, we realize that the old man had also given the tramp shelter for the night, something which the tramp did not have. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
समझ में आया बेटे? एक बार जाके घर
Yes,
से
sir.
फिर पढ़ लेना, because nowhere has he mentioned here earlier. But this paragraph gave us that hint. That is, this is called reading between the lines, and this is exactly what they're going to ask you in the board exams. Interpretation. Am I clear so far? इसमें तो कुछ खास है नहीं. But let us read this paragraph. पढ़िए. कौन पढ़ेगा? Come on. Come on, जल्दी पढ़ो भाई. We've got 3 or 4 minutes left now. Anyone?
But half an hour later, the rat-trap peddler stood again before the door. He did not try to get in. However, he only went up to the window, snatched a penny stuck in his hand, and got hold of the pouch with the 30 kroner. He took the money and thrust it into his own pocket. Then he hung the leather pouch very carefully back in its place and went away.
Vidhi, did you expect this? Yes,
No.
Vidhi. Why did you not expect this? Is there
He
any
just
valid
went up
Yes, why did you not expect this?
because he just went away, and half an hour later he was back again.
I understand. You said you did not expect the tramp to do this. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
But why did you why is it so? Why did you not expect it? That's my question.
He was the tramp was staying overnight at his place, but he did not took his money. But still,
Okay.
at morning he took.
Okay, wonderful. Any other answer?
So so for me, it's unexpected because the old man was so kind to him, and he was the
Yes.
first person who was kind to him.
That is
So I
right,
didn't thought he
Tanya.
would do it.
Tanya is right. Do you understand, all of you? Tanya is right. Because he was very kind and merciful, compassionate. Can you write down the word in your textbook if you have? The old man was compassionate, kind, merciful. And we would not expect the tramp to do this. However, he did it. That's the trick. That's the twist in this story. Okay, so I think I'll drop here, beta. I've just got a minute or so left, right? And shall we see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
yes,
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'll create some questions for you, just not much. You have to answer the question in 30 to 40 words, 2 marks each. I'll not give you much. Should I give you 3 questions? Will that be enough?
sure.
कल शाम लेक्चर से पहले भेज देना मुझे. If you can send it by tomorrow morning, I'll have time to check it. Okay, so we can revise. I have already prepared some MCQ. वो भी मैं आपको upload कर दूंगा. MCQ you can send me little later on. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then at 7 o'clock. Correct?
Okay, sir.
Take care, bete. Bye bye. Please use
Yes,
a
sir.
mask. Sanitize your hands. Be very careful. Protect yourself. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Take care. Bye bye.
Yes, sir.
See you tomorrow, beta.